Welcome to the Cryptid Creature Cabinet. Like, subscribe, and hit that note bell for more content like this. Let's dive right in. Meet Maxine Max Harrison, a seasoned military operative known for her cool-headed leadership and unparalleled tactical skills. Max had a reputation for thriving in high-stakes situations, earning her a spot as the head of this top-secret mission. Her sharp green eyes and no-nonsense demeanor concealed a keen intellect and a commitment to her team's safety. Jack Bennett, a tech genius, was a prodigy in the world of electronic warfare. With unruly brown hair and a perpetually amused expression, Jack's quirky humor provided a welcome counterpoint to the tension of their mission. His knack for turning any gadget into a powerful ally made him an indispensable asset. Sarah Rodriguez, the wildlife biologist, brought a deep love for nature and a keen scientific mind to the group. Her curly brown hair framed a face marked by years spent in the field, studying the intricacies of ecosystems. Sarah's passion for the unknown and her ability to adapt made her an essential part of their unit. Alex Turner, a stoic ex-Marine with a rugged appearance and a shaved head, was the combat specialist. His imposing presence and unwavering focus in the face of danger had saved the team more than once. Underneath the tough exterior, Alex carried the weight of experience that had shaped him into a formidable soldier. The moon cast an eerie glow over Elsworth Island as Captain Maxine Harrison led her elite extraction team through the dense foliage, each step a deliberate move to avoid detection. The air hung heavy with tension, matching the gravity of the mission that had brought them to this forsaken outpost. Max, with a steely resolve, guided her team towards the looming silhouette of the laboratory compound nestled in the heart of the island. Intel suggested that within those fortified walls lay the key to halting the relentless global outbreak that had left 32% of the planet in ruins. Silent as shadows, the team moved with precision. As they approached the entrance, the distant echoes of infected creatures served as a haunting reminder of the world they aimed to save. The once vibrant island now echoed with the sounds of desperation and chaos. "Brace yourselves," Max whispered, her voice barely audible over the rustling leaves. The team gathered at the entrance, faces obscured by night vision goggles, ready for the unknown horrors that awaited them within the laboratory's cold corridors. The mission? Extract critical intel and forgotten documents that held the elusive key to understanding the origins of the outbreak and, more importantly, a chance to halt its relentless march. The world was depending on Max and her team, and the weight of that responsibility hung heavy in the humid air. As the team breached the laboratory doors, the sterile scent of antiseptic mixed with an underlying sense of decay rushed through them. Experiments gone awry. Once functional equipment lay strewn about, covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Abandoned workstations hinted at a frenzied evacuation, as if the scientists had fled in haste, leaving behind a puzzle of their intentions. The vegetation outside seemed to recoil from the laboratory, creating a natural barrier as if nature itself sought to distance the vibrant life outside from the haunting echoes within. The very essence of death reclaimed the man-made structure as its own, intertwining with remnants of failed experiments and forgotten documentation. The light from their flashlights scanned across glass vats filled with mysterious liquids, each one holding the remnants of experiments aimed at unlocking the secrets of intelligence. Unlabeled containers cracked and leaking hinted at the volatile nature of the substances that had been tampered with. As they delved deeper, they discovered a series of interconnected chambers, each revealing a different facet of the ill-fated experiments. In one room, a dimly lit space filled with flickering fluorescent lights, the walls were adorned with charts and graphs outlining the progression of the viral strain. The eerie glow of the lights cast long shadows on the chaotic scribbles, creating an unsettling visual narrative of the experiment's descent into madness. In another chamber, cages designed to contain the once innocent chimpanzees now stood broken and empty. Signs of struggle were evident, claw marks on the walls, overturned equipment. Max, Jack, Sarah and Alex moved cautiously through this space, their senses heightened by the unsettling aura surrounding them. Upon entering, they noticed several documents and files scattered across the room. Quickly realizing their potential significance, they began to gather them. Every step they took in this place felt like a descent into the unknown. with the very walls of the laboratory bearing witness to the consequences of humanity's reckless pursuit of knowledge. As a last-ditch effort to document the chaos or a desperate plea for forgiveness, these markings added an extra layer of mystery to the abandoned laboratory. The air grew thicker with tension as they uncovered a central chamber, the heart of the experiment. Here, a shattered containment unit revealed the outbreak's source. A vial, the mutated virus, its contents spilled and absorbed into the earth, marking the catastrophe's epicenter. They beheld the twisted remnants of nature and science entwined within the laboratory's walls. The very essence of Elsworth Island's rainforest seemed to recoil from this desecrated space, as if lamenting intrusion of humanity's ambition into its sacred depths. As they exited the forsaken laboratory, their arms heavy with the collected documents, Max couldn't shake the feeling that they had not only witnessed the consequences of a failed experiment, but had also glimpsed the blurred line between scientific curiosity and the horrors that lurked within the shadows of the unknown. As they emerged from the laboratory within the dense rainforest of Elsworth Island, they clutched the vital documents, a potential key to understanding the viral contagion that had plunged the world into chaos. The documents mirrored the responsibility they carried, a responsibility to unravel the mysteries within and find a way to save themselves and others from the looming threat of the global viral apocalypse. Sensing the need for additional information, Jack, the tech genius, took the initiative. "I'm sending out the surveillance drone to check the surrounding area for thermal signatures," he announced, his fingers swiftly working over the control panel of the compact device. The drone whirred to life, hovering silently above its camera feed, transmitting vital information to Jack's handheld device. As the drone swept through the rainforest canopy, Jack scrutinized the thermal imaging, watching intently, awaiting any signs of threats or potential hidden dangers. Suddenly, Jack's eyes widened as he picked up on an unexpected thermal signature. "There's something out there," he exclaimed, his voice edged with urgency. The drone's camera zoomed in, revealing a hidden cluster of signatures in the distance. Max immediately recognized the gravity of the situation. "We need to investigate. It could be survivors," she declared with urgency. Max took the lead. Her every step created a symphony of sounds. A careful crunching of leaves beneath her boots, the hushed rustle of vegetation brushing against her clothes. As they closed in on the area of investigation, the drone's camera feed became a vital guide, capturing the rainforest's secrets with its watchful eye. The survivors, if any, held the promise of information that could turn the tide in their mission. Pressing forward cautiously, the drone's feed revealed untamed movements. "Sarah," her voice hushed, "these signatures don't match survivors. It's more primal, like a pack of animals. Whatever's out there, it's not human. The movement patterns are too erratic, too wild." Max commanded, her voice steady and authoritative. "I want your insights on whatever you think we're dealing with. Stay sharp, keep your eyes peeled, and ready your weapons. We don't know what we're up against, but we're not letting it catch us off guard." Responding with a silent nod, acknowledging the severity of the situation. They adjusted their gear, checked their weapons, and prepared for the approaching thermal signatures detected by the drone. With a sense of determination, Jack swiftly started to assemble a barrier using components from his equipment. Wires intertwined with vines, and a soft hum emanated from the device as Jack worked his technological magic. Sarah stood poised at the edge of the makeshift barricade, her eyes scanning the shadowy perimeter of their encampment. Suddenly, a guttural howl pierced the stillness, sending a shiver down Sarah's spine. A look of horror engulfed her features as she witnessed the undead chimp's first appearance. Emerging from the darkness with grotesque agility, the creatures moved unnaturally. Their disheveled fur and clouded eyes stood in stark contrast to the playful chimps that once inhabited the rainforest. Sarah, paralyzed by a mix of fear and disbelief, slowly backed away from the barricade walls as the reality of the situation sank in. Max yelled, "Fire!" Her voice cut through the chaos, a command that ignited a swift response from the team. The air was filled with the sharp cracks of gunfire. Alex, quick on his feet, first unleashed his weapon on the opposing threat. The flashes of muzzle fire illuminated the twisted forms of the underchimps as they advanced with an unnatural determination. Jack swiftly recalibrated his weapon systems, ensuring maximum efficiency against the relentless onslaught. Sarah, shaken from the initial shock, took cover behind the barricade, her eyes darting between the encroaching undead and her teammates. Max, "Hold your ground, aim for the head," she barked, her voice a beacon of determination in the tumultuous night. Now in sync, unleashed a coordinated barrage on the undead threat. Controlled gunfire rang out, each shot aimed with precision at the only vulnerable point of the chimps. Amid the chaotic symphony of gunfire, one of the undead, fueled by an unnatural ambition, managed to break through the controlled chaos. It swiftly ascended the trees with an eerie agility, its movements defying the laws of nature. Before anyone could react, it lunged at Max with feral determination. Sharp, rotted teeth sank into Max's shoulder, tearing through fabric and flesh. Pain shot through her body as she grappled with the relentless force of the undead chimp. The team quickly shifted their focus, the controlled gunfire now directed at the creature attacking their captain. Alex aimed his weapon with precision and was determined to free Max from the chimp's clutches. With a final well-aimed shot, Jack brought down the undead chimp, its lifeless form collapsing to the floor. Max, though wounded, remained on her feet, a testament to her resilience. "Sarah, how bad is it?" Max's voice, strained, carried a resolute determination. Sarah, still tending to Max's wound, glanced up with a concerned expression. "It's deep, but I've got it under control for now. We need to get you back to the lab immediately." Despite the pain, Max nodded. "No time to waste, let's move." Max, nursing her wound and grappling with the uncertainty of the infection, walked with a noticeable limp as she led them through the terrain. The remnants of mutated creatures served as haunting reminders of the experiment's consequences. The viral outbreak threatened to consume Elsworth Island. As they reached the concealed laboratory, Max lay in the makeshift resting area. Weakened by the effects of the viral infection, Sarah took charge. The dim light of the laboratory flickered as Sarah meticulously analyzed the forgotten documents. Sarah, her focus unwavering. "It's all here, Max. This lab was conducting experiments on enhancing primate intelligence, trying to create a superior soldier. But something went wrong. The virus they developed, it's what's turning the chimps into those things we encountered." A shiver ran down Jack's spine. "So, we're dealing with super-intelligent undead chimps? Great." Alex, peering over Sarah's shoulder at the documents, added, "The virus isn't just amplifying aggression, it's enhancing cognitive abilities. These creatures are smart and calculating, and they're working together. It's a nightmare." Max, though weakened, pushed herself to sit up. Her eyes, heavy with fatigue, managed a weak but determined smile. "Find anything that can help us stop this, Sarah." As they gathered around Sarah, she explained her discoveries. The key to counteracting the virus might lie in the crocodiles. According to Dr. Elsworth, they were immune to the effects of the enhanced experiment. If we can understand why and extract an antidote from them, we might have a chance. It's a risky move, but we're running out of options. We need to find those crocodiles, figure out what makes them immune, and use that knowledge to develop an antidote for the infected. Jack, adjusting his gear, chimed in. "I'll deploy the drone to scout the area. We need to locate those crocs and fast." Alex, already preparing his weapons, added, "We can't afford any more surprises. Once we have eyes on the crocs, we move in, extract whatever we need, and get back here to synthesize the antidote." Max, grateful for Sarah's care, chose to remain in the laboratory, allowing herself time to recover. Sarah, fueled by a sense of duty and scientific curiosity, continued her investigation into the damaged documents. Recognizing the importance of deciphering the information, entrusted Sarah with the task of unveiling the island's secrets. Elsworth Island, scientists huddled over vials, diagrams, and ancient symbols, driven by the reckless ambition to enhance human capabilities. The experiments, initially conducted with the noble intent of advancing medical science, took a malevolent turn, unraveling a sequence of events that would lead to the nightmarish apocalypse that now engulfed the island. Dr. Evelyn Elsworth, a brilliant but misguided researcher, was at the forefront of these experiments. Blinded by the potential for scientific glory, she and her team delved into manipulating the genetic makeup of chimpanzees, seeking to unlock hidden potentials that could be transferred to humans. The lab echoed with the unnerving sounds of machines, test subjects, and the whispers of unforeseen consequences. In a desperate bid to accelerate the experimentation, Dr. Elsworth and her team resorted to ancient symbols, their meaning lost to time, but believed to hold the key to unlocking the secrets of enhanced capabilities. As the experiments progressed, the chimpanzees, subjected to the alterations, exhibited signs of heightened strength, agility, and intelligence. However, an unforeseen side effect emerged, an insatiable hunger for living flesh. The once docile test subjects turned into ravenous creatures, their minds twisted by the unintended consequences of the experiments. Chaos erupted within the laboratory as the enhanced chimpanzees broke free from their enclosures, tearing through the facility with a ferocity that defied nature. The situation quickly spiraled out of control, leading to a series of events that unleashed the viral contagion upon Elsworth Island. News of the outbreak reached Max and her team, who were deployed on a mission to contain the situation. Unaware of the experiments gone awry, they found themselves thrust into a nightmarish landscape where the undead, once chimpanzees, roamed freely, spreading the infection with every bite. The humid air in the rainforest hung thick as Alex and Jack silently navigated through the dense foliage, guided only by the soft glow of bioluminescent organisms scattered across the forest floor. The duo, equipped with essential gear and a determination to obtain the elusive crocodile blood, moved stealthily, aware of the potential dangers lurking in the shadows. As they approached the murky swamps, the croaking of unseen creatures resonated through the night, creating an eerie symphony. The duo exchanged glances, acknowledging the risks ahead. Alex, with a steady hand, gripped the vial designed to hold the precious crocodile blood, a small but critical component in their quest for a cure. Their plan involved extracting the blood without harming the crocodiles, respecting the delicate balance of the ecosystem. The bioluminescence surrounding them revealed the glowing eyes of the reptiles, watching the intruders cautiously from the water's edge. The miniature reptiles, bathed in the gentle glow, displayed a captivating mix of vulnerability and curiosity. Alex and Jack, moved by a shared understanding of the delicate balance they needed to maintain, decided to capture one of the baby crocodiles rather than risk the extraction of blood from the larger, more formidable adults. With the grace of skilled hunters, they approached the nest, their movements slow and deliberate. Alex, with nimble fingers, gently scooped up one of the baby crocodiles, its tiny body wriggling in the moonlit palms of his hands. Jack, observing the moment with a mix of awe and respect, assisted in securing the creature in a specially designed sack. The baby crocodile, seemingly unharmed, emitted soft chirps as if sensing the precarious journey that lay ahead. Alex and Jack, now burdened with the responsibility of safeguarding this newfound ally. As Alex and Jack retraced their steps through the swamp, a sudden distorted howl shattered the once tranquil atmosphere. The grotesque echoes signaled the awakening of a dark presence, the undead chimps, disturbed by the intrusion into their macabre domain. With a horrifying agility that defied the laws of nature, the undead creatures swung down from twisted vines, descending upon Alex and Jack like a nightmarish storm. Their undead forms moved with an unnatural speed, creating a harrowing dance that heralded the onset of pure chaos. The air thickened with an ominous tension as the combatants clashed in the heart of the haunted swamp. Metal met decayed flesh with sickening thuds that echoed through the haunted grove, each collision sending shivers down the spines of the living. The battlefield resounded with guttural roars, not just of the undead, but seemingly from the very depths of the accursed land. Desperate human cries pierced the oppressive night, merging with the unnatural reverberating horrors. Flashes of weapons, tainted by the otherworldly glow, flickered in and out, revealing grotesque chimps. And the defenders who sought to repel them. The undead chimps, driven by an unnatural hunger, pressed forward with relentless determination. Their decayed forms moved with an unsettling grace, like marionettes animated. The creatures displayed a resilience that surpassed the boundaries of the natural world. Alex and Jack, once graceful participants, their movements synchronized with the rhythm of battle, found themselves entangled in a desperate performance against opponents whose every move seemed orchestrated by unnatural forces. Jack, recognizing the need for sacrifice in this macabre symphony, chose to stay behind. His selfless act, a solo refrain against the relentless chimps, allowed Alex to move away from the encroaching chaos. The rainforest bore witness to Jack's final act. As Alex navigated the rainforest alone, the echoes of the struggle lingered like a haunting refrain. The bioluminescent glow now cast cold and uncalculating shadows in the aftermath, painting a backdrop to the somber journey back. Each step seemed to resonate with the weight of Jack's sacrifice and the profoundness of their shared mission. Within the laboratory's confines, Sarah was engrossed in her quest for answers. Sarah, drawn to the documents, looked up as Alex entered, the baby crocodile a silent witness to the unfolding events. Alex's arms held not just the potential for a cure, but also the echoes of their undying courage. Alex broke down. Sarah's heart was heavily concerned for her comrade, but focused on Max clinging to the threads of life. With a solemn nod, Sarah motioned for Alex to place the baby crocodile on the laboratory table. With delicate precision, Sarah began the process of extracting a small amount of blood from the baby crocodile. The creature remained surprisingly calm, as if acknowledging its role in this profound endeavor. Sarah, focused and steady-handed, collected the lifeblood that held the promise of a cure against the encroaching darkness. Turning to the laboratory's resources, Sarah sifted through documents and unused equipment. The room seemed to exhale the fragrance of aged secrets, as if the answers they sought had been lingering in the air for centuries. Sarah's expertise in biology and virology came to the forefront as she deciphered the cryptic language of the documents. With newfound determination, Sarah mixed the baby crocodile's blood with various compounds and substances from the laboratory's shelves. Concoction represented a step in the field of alchemy, a pursuit to unlock the secret to immunity against the viral contagion. The bioluminescent glow intensified as if responding to the heartbeat of their collective hope. In a secluded corner of the laboratory, Max lay in a makeshift resting area. Her face, once etched with determination, now revealed the toll of the journey. The viral infection had taken its toll, and Max's weakened state served as a reminder of the urgency of their quest. The resonance of her labored breaths filled the room with an undercurrent of desperation. After hours of meticulous work, Sarah stood before a vial containing the synthesized elixir. The baby crocodile's blood, combined with the remnants of forgotten experiments, had given birth to a portion of hope, a potential cure or vaccination. Sarah's eyes, glistening with a mixture of exhaustion and anticipation, reflected the weight of responsibility she felt for Max and the entire team. With a sense of urgency, Sarah approached Max's side. The elixir, glowing with an otherworldly luminescence, held the potential to reverse the encroaching darkness within Max's veins. Gently, Sarah administered the elixir, the room bathed in the soft radiance of their hope. As the elixir mingled with Max's bloodstream, a hushed tension filled the laboratory. The baby crocodile, the unwitting hero of the night, observed the scene with a pearl of wisdom. The room seemed to exhale a collective breath, as if the laboratory itself acknowledged the power of their resilience and the pursuit of a cure. Inside the laboratory, the air crackled with tension as Max's eyes, once filled with a glimmer of hope, darkened with an otherworldly malevolence. The elixir, intended to be a cure, had unleashed an unforeseen transformation. Max's breath became ragged, and her movements grew increasingly erratic. Caught off guard by the sudden disruption, the room fell into an eerie silence. The air seemed to thicken with an ominous energy as Max's eyes lost their familiar warmth, replaced by an abyss. The very core of her being resonated with a dissonant darkness that defies the laws of nature. In the unsettling stillness, Max stood before them as a nightmarish reflection of her former self. The air crackled with an otherworldly tension, and the room itself seemed to recoil from the manifestation of this dark transformation. Max's growl cut through the air, the sound laced with an unnatural ferocity. Her movements became feral, and her once human features contorted into a grotesque semblance of the undead. The room, now filled with the guttural cries of a creature born from the unforeseen consequences of their quest for salvation. With a sudden lurch, Max lunged at Sarah and Alex, her movements a chaotic blend of aggression and despair. Alex's jaw, clenched with determination, gripped a makeshift weapon. Alex swung the weapon with a mixture of sorrow and determination. The blows, intended to ward off the monstrous assault, landed with a sickening thud. Sarah, frantically searching for a solution amidst the chaos, felt the weight of her choices pressing down on her. In a heart-wrenching moment, Sarah and Alex, forced to confront the inevitability of their reality, made a painful decision. As the door closed with a mournful creak, Max's monstrous cries lingered a ghostly reminder within the confined space. Sarah and Alex leaned against the cold walls. The air was thick with unspoken grief as they listened to Max's monstrous cries fade into the distance. The rainforest, oblivious to the pain within the laboratory, continued its symphony, a cruel juxtaposition to the silent mourning of lost camaraderie. Reflecting on the choices made and the price paid for unlocking the secrets of Elsworth Island, the tale concludes. The cryptic creature cabinet, a witness to the unfolding horrors, stands as a gateway to the unknown, beckoning all to stay curious, stay fearless, and remember the lessons of Elsworth Island.